Thank you for Patreon now for donating to the Patreon.
Hey guys, Vanity Ezel back. Cardify Vanguard, Ezel and the Vanity weekly video. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like, come subscribe, and let's start, shall we? This time we have a bunch of new cards for today. We have the Ava, new evolution, etc. We have Tamayura, and then we have just a handful of solid cards, including one card for Bastion that may for once actually make me start running non-grade 3s. So we'll see where we get with that. So let's go and get the start, shall we? And you can see what I mean. First up today, we have Divergence Kaiju Lazarec, aka the card that came in to remind me, oh right, yeah, Arkwright's a fucking deck. I remember at the start of set 11 reveals, I was like, when are they going to upgrade Arkwright? Because I really loved Arkwright. But then I completely forgot about it as we kept getting more reveals, and only when I saw the word Kaiju, and I was like, oh right, Arkwright's a thing. Anyways, grade 1 boost pack I showed AK base, solid background, the actual monsters itself is okay, but anyways, auto wins card from your deck or hand during your turn. And if you have 2 or more research cards, your order zone counterboss want to call its card to open rear guard circle. When are they going to start making cards that support the Arkwright deck that just say cards in your order zone? Because the Kaijus that go in there aren't cards that do anything. They're just cards that go into the order zone. But whatever, they can do what they need to. Anyways, auto rear guard when this unit boosts when attacks or boosts until end of battle, it gets plus 5k power. If you do, you retire this card at the end of the battle. All around pretty solid because it's a midi cost. You don't have to give it power if you don't want to. It's a 13k swing or booster, so it can hit any Vanguard as long as it doesn't have extra power boost. All around, it's a pretty solid grade 1. I like it a lot, and it can open up rear guard circles, so I think it's a solid 4 of in just any like Kaiju based deck or Arkwright. Or even if it's not in that one, it still gets the 5k for free regardless of what deck it's in. So easy 2 of tech, I think, in any deck. Then we have 3-headed Kaiju Trigente. Oh yeah, also Kaiju, as we all know, is going to be translated to monster. Anyways, Trigente over here. Great turn 5k shield, 10k base. Auto when put into your order zone during your turn. Choose one of your Vanguards with Arkwright's card and gets plus 5k for the turn. Okay, there we go. Something I was looking for because it pumps up the Vanguard's numbers and it's not a once per turn. So if you find a way to loop it, you can abuse that. And the upside to this specifically says during your turn. Because I was about to say, isn't there going to be a way at some point to like put them into your order zone during your opponent's turn? Because then that'd be fun to fuck with. But yeah, no, Trigente all runs pretty solid grade 2. It adds 4 more power. It can do it to any Arkwright Vanguard, so you can do it the second you get to grade 1. It's just all around solid, so I think it's a good 2 of in an Arkwright deck. Because you don't want to see too many of them, especially because once they end up in anywhere that's not the order zone, they're pretty much a vanilla, but it's nice to have. Then we have Stormfeather Owl. It's not the only owl we're going to see today, but it's the worst of the 2 in my opinion. Grade 1 boost, 5k shield, AK base. Though its art is badass, it reminds me of Owl's Guardians of Gothel, one of my favorite movies as a child. And I really have to go fucking see that movie again, because I really want to see it right now. Anyways, auto drop zone. When you play a normal order, counterboss 1, call this card from to rear guard circle, and it gets plus 5k till end of turn. Okay, all around pretty solid, you know. This feels like it's a fucking Zorga card, but it's not, because they just keep spamming normal order cards for every nation. I don't know why they do, and I know this is completely off topic, because Guardians is in my mind now. What is your favorite movie from your childhood? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, for me it is either Rango or Owl's Guardians of Gothel. It's one of the 2. Just saying that now. I know it's very off topic from card games, but like, come on, let's just get that one in there. Anyways, it's not a bad card. So any normal order spamming deck in Keter is it's a decent 3 of, if not 4 of, because of what it does. Then we have one of my favorite cards in terms of naming. If my body must be the foundation of the kingdom, ... as I would finish it, so be it, as there's a man wildly raping his fist in anger. Anyways, grade 2 blitz order, play it by discarding a simple 1. Choose one of your units that's being attacked, and it gets plus 5k for the battle, and then choose up to 4 heal triggers from your drop zone and call them to guard circle. Okay, here's the part I find stupid about this. This is a simple discard of 1 that can net you about, if you're playing 15k heals, 60 free guard. Technically 65 from its 5k bonus. This card alone, technically, can reach you a 65k guard bonus. Cool. I'm not even going to question why this is the thing. Just going to say, hell yeah. When Legion starts coming around, this thing's going to lose its use, but I feel like this is about to become the most easy counterattack blitz order I've ever seen. So 2 of tech in any deck that wants a fuck ton of guarding power. Then we have Fluctuate Buster Bullets. I'll tell you what fluctuates. This thing's guard power. Grade 2, Blitz Order. Choose up to 2 Grade 2 or greater unit cards with different card names from your drop zone. Call them to guard circle. Choose one of your units. It gets plus 10k for the battle. Okay, that's just stupidly good, because A, this is for free. B, this nets any 2 different Grade 2 or graders. So, you know, Obscudoid and literally anything else that gains guard power. And then on top of that, your attacked unit, or not just the attacked unit, just a unit in general, but most likely the attacked unit, gets plus 10,000 power on top of that. So this is most likely, if you play this the way it's intended to, probably a free 25k shield at the very least. Cool. It's an amazing order. I like its skill. I wish it wasn't so blurry, but that's how all the arts that came on Thursday were, so 2 of, I guess, in a Brancade deck. Then we have Lady Fencer, Bipolar, Nebula. I remember it was literally just called Lady Fencer of the whatever, the one that's like you associated with Messiahs, that for some reason wasn't a Messiah card. Anyways, grade 2 of 5k shield, 10k base. Her swords are badass, that's all I have to say about her. Auto rear guard, when this unit attacks, if there's a blitz order in your drop zone, soul boss when this unit was 10k battle plus 10k power ton to battle, and then auto rear guard at the end of battle that this unit attacked the Vanguard, counter plus 1 and bind it. Search your deck for up to 1 grade 2 or greater blitz order without regardless piece, reveal it, add it to your hand, shuffle your deck, and if there's a blitz order in your drop zone, may search for a set order instead. Okay, of course Brancade got this one. Didn't we get one for Brancade though? I swear we got one for Brancade already, but I guess we didn't. Either way, easy 20k swing, and it searches the Regalia, or it doesn't search the Regalia pieces, but it's all around a solid card. It's not horrible. I do think it could be better, because I question why we're relying so much on blitz orders, but especially when we can't use the really fucking good one. But, you know, Keter has this thing now, so there's that, and I guess this one's not as bad. So 2 of, 3 of, I guess. I feel like Bushy's not realizing that they just haven't given orders enough support, even though there's a decent amount of orders, but so they're like, fuck it, let's just throw in every single order we can into the world, and just let set 11 be saturated with a bunch of them, so like every other card has something to do with orders. Then we have Upzarge Ardor. There's no way in hell that's its official name. Grade 2 of 5k shield, 10k base. I thought this was a dragon / machine gun because I saw this and this the first time I saw it. In reality, it's a fucking phoenix. Auto when it's placed on guard circle. If you have a Vanguard with Ava in its card name, choose up to 1 card with Obscura in its card name from your drop zone, call it to guard circle, add it back to hand, and then if you added a card to your hand, choose a card from your hand, discard it. Okay, logically, you would never add it back to hand because you will throw it right on guard circle just to net a free fit 10k shield. Because you're most likely, I mean, it doesn't matter which one you pick, it's going to have a 10k shield regardless. Like, I don't get what the point of adding it to hand would be, unless it's like this is the last attack of the turn and it's a 5k drop you need, so you want to add the Obscuroid back to hand, but I'm just going to intercept with my Obscuroid on the first attack, then take whatever big one I need to, and then just guard with this, and then bring back the Obscuroid for a free 10k drop. It's smarter that way. I prefer this thing for the guard power. It's great. It adds stuff back to hand if I needed to, and I only needed 2 of it because I'm consistently drawing into it. So take that as you will. Yeah, it's just a good grade 2. Then we have the somewhat, in my opinion, disappointing upgrade of Ava, and that is Poison in Paradise Ava. Now, I'm not saying it's bad, I'm just saying I'm disappointed because of what I expected. Grade 3 10%, 13k base, auto when it's placed on by writing from Fountain of Knowledge Ava. Search your deck for tone, reach search card, reveal it, add it to your hand, shuffle your deck, and activate Persona Ride. Okay. All of them have had Persona Ride activation abilities. That's not what I'm mad about. What I'm mad about is its only other benefit to it, because normally they have something like Chaos' Soul Charge 3, pick 2 cards from the soul, add 1 to the hand, and then call the other. And then like Roroa's was like call 2 plant tokens, give them auto when death, draw card skills. But Ava's all is just search or research, which in Ava's deck you don't really need to do. Like, yeah, I admit like this makes mulliganing a lot more simpler, and meaning you don't have to keep an order in hand at all, which is nice, and it's made my deck feel a lot more consistent. But I know I'd be able to pull off the shit I'm doing anyways without that skill. I just feel like the upgrade could have been something better, but whatever. And then Auto Vanguard, the part I'm more disappointed about. When this unit attacks, bind the Fountain of Knowledge Ava from your soul, search your deck, hand or drop zone for up to 1 Obscura card name, call it to rear guard, that in this you get plus 5k for the turn, and then if you search your deck, you shuffle at the end of the turn, add the card bound for this cost as rest. Okay, that's been the same for all of them except for I think Thegria, and here's my issue with this. For that skill, while yes it searches one more zone than the other, Obscuroid used to be searched from Fountain of Ava skill from deck or hand, now it can be added from the drop as well. My issue with this is, unlike Roro and Chaos, who also get the crit on top of their skills, Ava doesn't. And now, here's the thing. Chaos and Roro only gave the crit to themselves, and Chaos is given a plus 10 to the whole board. Ava's only giving 5k to 2 units, and while yes, one of those is probably going to have a crit on them, Ava doesn't get one. I'm not saying that it needs it, I'm just saying like her skill compared to the others, in my opinion, just feels underwhelming. I'm not saying it's horrible, I'm not saying it's amazing, I'm just saying it's just average in my opinion, which is like, or slightly above it, which is just a little bit distasteful for me, but whatever. It's a good skill, it's just not what I anticipated, considering these other ones are like, let's give the board plus 10 in the Vanguard a critical, because fuck it, and then Roro being, let's just give Momoki the ability to loop its skill if it wasn't a once per turn. And again, after playtesting with the deck, it's fine. It's just, it feels like it could have been more. But whatever, let's just move on from it. It's a nice card, though. Then we move on to, probably, if I were to start running non-grade 3s and Bastion and stop going the Morikawa route, probably the only card in the deck I would run that wouldn't be a grade 3 outside of the PGs and triggers, and that would be Sapient Owl. Grade 1 boost, 5k shield, 8k base. Okay, first up, this is part of the reason why I started wanting to watch Owl's Guardians of Ga'Hoole again, because this thing's a fucking owl. Second off, this thing is just beautiful, and third off, there's a third reason, but if I say it, it's going to sound extremely racist unless I, say it, quickly and then explain it. So I'm not going to say it, but that kind of gives you a hint of what it is. Anyways, continuous rearguard, hand, or trigger zone. During your turn, if the Vanguard is a Bastion, it gets plus 2k and grade plus 2. So this thing's a 10k booster. Technically, if you're on an Apex rule, it's a 12k booster. That is a grade 3. Okay. Not bad, it gets the plus, and it can still trigger Bastion skill. And then auto, when it's placed on Rearguard Circle, if you have a Vanguard with Bastion in its card name, put a grade 3 from your drop zone into your soul. Oh, look at that! Isn't restricted to what grade the Bastion has to be. Can quickly send a Bastion into soul from drop zone. Choose one of your Vanguards and it gets plus 5k power to end of turn. With the Vanguard having power compared to the Rearguard is a problem I sometimes have. And if you put a Bastion into your soul and you do not countercharge this turn because maybe you're in a CB problem thanks to Alden and or Lagrel, you see C1. I love this card. It's an owl. I'm already biased towards this. It looks like it's at night, even more biased towards this. It counts as a grade 3. All I'm saying is this. If I were to run a non-grade 3 in my Bastion deck, when this one is making me think about it, this is the easiest contender for one I've ever seen. And of course it had to be a promo. When this comes out in English, I might actually finally stop running all grade 3s in Bastion for once. I think this one might break the streak. It might finally, after probably 13 sets is when this thing's finally going to get revealed. So probably after set 13, I'm finally going to break the streak of having all grade 3s. Who knows? Either way, Sapient Owl, good card nonetheless. Maybe a 3 of or a 4 of in Bastion. Who knows? Then we have Cannon Patorsor. I already fucked up that name, and I'm not going to bother trying to reset it because I know I'm going to fuck it up again. Grade 1 boost, 5k shield, 8k base, auto rear guard once per turn. When you play a normal order, Soul Blast 2, choose 2 of your units, get that plus 5k power for the turn. Okay, it's not horrible. It's a Soul Blast 2, 2 things get 5k. You can, I'm about to say, what the fuck Dragon Empire deck runs normal orders that won't be the Mass Kez decks that eventually come out? And I was like, oh wait, yeah, Vermilion, never mind. Though Vermilion, the way I play it, I run into a soul problem very quickly, so this actually wouldn't be helpful for me, but it's not bad. It does benefit off the soul order, so I don't know, 2 of in Vermilion, depending on how you play Vermilion, and then just 2 of in any other deck that spams orders. Then we have Stout Heart Dragon. This thing looks so cool, and yet is a card I will never use in my entire life. Probably. Grade 3, Temperance, 13k base, auto rearguard. When this unit attacks into anything, if you played a normal order during this turn, put a normal order from your drops on the bottom, and it gets plus 10k power for the battle. Great. It literally just sends the order back in plus 10. I would not run this in Vermilion because I like to have my orders in drop zone because I can just proc them off the next turn. But, you know, in any mass case, spamming deck, it's not bad. Or any deck that just wants to spam his normal orders a fuck ton, so cool. 3 of. I can see people building a deck around this thing and then just having a normal order they play just to benefit from this thing, even if that normal order is the shittiest thing in their deck. Even if it's just an order they put in there as a vanilla, like Horn of Blessings, that CB1, drop an overdress, draw 2 cards. People are going to run that in 1 overdress just to proc off this thing's ability. I feel like this is going to happen. Either way, it's a decent grade 3 though, so 3 of, or if you choose to build your deck around it, 4 of. Then we have Tier Knight Yelocris. Grade 1 boost, 5k shield, 8k base. Okay, this thing actually looks beautiful. Auto when it's placed on rearguard circle. If your Vanguard's clan is only Aqua Force, ditch 1 from your hand. Search your deck or drop some from 1 Blue Storm Marauder card. Reveal it, put it to your hand, you search your deck, you shuffle it. Okay, that's not the problem I have with this though. My problem with the fucking Blue Storm Armada is it's like a once per turn set. This should have been a ditch 1, hard once per turn him, put a Blue Storm Armada from your deck or hand into your order zone. If you want to make it a different problem or like make it less broken from your hand or drop zone. Because I don't have a problem getting them to my hand. I have a problem getting them into the order zone long enough for me to win with it. Like, it's not a bad skill, but it should have just been directly placed into the order zone, and then just hard once per turn this card, so you're not making stupid gameplay moves. Like, it's not horrible, but I feel like they could have taken a different step with this. Either way, it's fine. So it's a 1 of a 3 of, but man, that could have been such a good skill if it was just auto-place it, because why not? And then we have Gatling Wave Dragon, grade 3, 200% 30k base, auto rear guard. When this unit attacks at anything, if it's the 5th battle that turn or more, and your Vanguard's a Maelstrom, it gets plus 10k for the battle. At the end of the battle, retire this unit and draw a card. So it's literally just inlet without going to soul. I am honestly not against this, because finally, people can shut the fuck up about inlet, and I know people are going to run it anyways, just to get that draw, also because it's a tier dragon, meaning at end of turn, people are going to get 2 draws off of this, or 3 maybe, and I'm going to be the only person that only gets 1 or 2, actually probably only 1, simply because I refuse to run a card that I cannot use the full ability of. 4 of Gatling Wave Dragon, it hits numbers, and it dies, and it draws a card. That's my reasoning. Also, it looks badass as hell. And then we have Spherical Harmony Satisfier, grade 1 boost, 5k shield, 8k base. Auto, when she's retired from your guard circle by soul blasting 1, you call her to an open back or rear guard as rest. And then auto rear guard the end battle, she boosted if your Vanguard's a grade 4 or greater. Put this unit to your soul. Choose one unit against 5k for the turn. I don't know why she's reminding me of Link Joker. Maybe every single circle on her body, but for some reason this suddenly just randomly reminded me of, there's a chance Orphis, the new one, could be a grade 4. Because I don't remember the mask has restricting it to specifically grade 3s. It probably does, but if it doesn't, then that kind of alludes to the chance that the new Orphis could be a grade 4. I know I'm making an assumption off of a card that's not remotely meant to be related to Orphis outside of maybe the original nation that it was inspired from, but yeah, cool. Calls itself to backer after guarding and then can give the Vanguard +5. Well, not the Vanguard, any unit +5, so it's not horrible. It's a solid support card. It's an easy 3 of an A deck that runs a grade 4. Then we have Anamaras Pulsar Dragon. This thing actually looks fucking cool as all hell and is a grade 3 10% or 13k base. Auto rear guard when this unit attacks and anything. If your drop zone has 2 or more blitz orders. Okay, what is with the blitz order bullshit? Seriously. Current boss 1 for this battle, if the total shield of your opponent's guardians is not 15k or greater, the attack of this unit will hit regardless of the unit's power. Okay, that doesn't matter, because half the time, it's a 15k drop. The only thing this thing implies is if you see triggers, and your opponent doesn't see triggers, then you just don't give it to this one. But even then, that's like risking it, because if they see a trigger, they have absolutely no reason to guard this, to my understanding. So, like, I don't know. I don't know how this works. I'm just curious, but whatever. I'm pretty sure I'm right, though, where if they don't have to guard, they won't apply. But if the total shield of the opponent's guard is not 15k greater, so it probably is that they have to guard anyways, right? I'm willing to bet that's like how it works. So it's like a forced 15k drop, I guess. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I know one of those two is right. I just don't know which one. But cool. I still question what the fuck they're doing with a bunch of order spamming and just normal order spamming, but whatever. Bush is going down a path that I refuse to question further of. So 2 of, I guess, as a tech.
And I'm just gonna lift this straight from another Discord because I am running very behind. First up, we have Beat 'em Up Draco Kid, and great god, that is beautiful. Grade 1 boost 5k shield, 8k base, continues rear guard. If you play in a normal order, strength gets plus 5k power, and then auto when it's placed on rear guard, so combat +1 series deck or drops them for a serious fight, or really put it to your hand, shuffle your deck. Okay. I have no idea what a serious fight is, even though it is literally right here. So all around, it looks pretty interesting. Its art actually looks pretty great, so I kind of want to now play a deck based around normal orders just for that one card. So it looks like what I said before about that one grade 3 is finally gonna come fucking true. Then we have a serious fight. Grade 2, normal order, play by soul blasting 1. Choose one of your +4 rear guards and kill it, and then at the end of the turn, drop a hand card, put a serious fight from your drop zone back to hand. Of course. Damn it, I was really hyped up too, because this one actually looks fucking beautiful, and I was so ready to like play a deck based around serious fight and then just run that one new grade 3 and then have Musashi Armor be the main grade 3. Of course, I can't do that now, but I mean, it's not bad. I might do it anyways, so 4 if I actually follow through with that. Something tells me I'm gonna do it, because that's just what I do. Then we have Drag Ritter Latifa. Great turns at 5k shield, 10k base. Okay, she looks more like a Blaze Maiden than anything. But auto when she's placed on rearguard circle, other than by a card's ability, so just placed by normal means. If you play in a normal order this turn, Soul Boss 1, look at the top 5. Choose one card with grade less than or equal to your Vanguard from among them. Reveal it, call it to rearguard if it's a unit, and put it to hand if it's a normal order, and shuffle your deck. All around, pretty solid. She either gets you another rear guard, so you can't loop her skill, but she either gets you another rear guard, or she gets you an order, which is nice, especially with all these normal order spamming decks. And she's also the only one that can search the Regalia pieces, just saying. And then auto rear guard, when she attacks a grade 3 rear guarded unit, this unit gets 5k power on the battle for each of your opponent's open rear guard circles and columns her. This is just Eugene support. I might need to go edit my Eugene deck now, because that actually is pretty good for Eugene. Because it gets either the order or it gets you rear guards, and it also just gets better numbers than fucking Dustin. 4 of. In any deck that like kills rear guards, or any deck that spams normal orders, it's pretty good nonetheless. Then I'm gonna ignore this because we all know I don't care about it, but you can pause the video and read that. Then we have our last reveal for today. I think so. Sorry I'm rushing this because I woke up very late and this is on me. But anyways, Will-O-Wisp Daybreak, Tamiyura. A grade 3 200 persona 13k base. Auto when she's placed by Randy from Deepening Night Tamiyura. Search your deck or drop zone for up to 1 card without the Regalia's piece in its... Okay, 1 order card. I was about to say 1 card. That's stupid. But put it to your hand if you search your deck, you shuffle, then activate Persona Ride. I want this to be clear. You're gonna go already get the 5k from this one. And this is just search the deck or drop zone for any order that isn't a Regalia piece. Okay, not bad. And then auto Vanguard when this unit attacks a Vanguard by binding a Deepening Night from the soul. Choose up to 1 card each with Ramimi and Ramimi from your soul and their card names. Call them to rearguard circle and they get plus 5k power down turn. At the end of the turn, ride the bound card as rest. Okay. So again, it kind of has like the same problem in my opinion as Ava, where its first ability feels a little bit underwhelming because it's just a search when the other ones did like something really big, but all around it's still pretty good because it's a deck or drop zone for literally any order that isn't a Regalia's piece compared to Ava, who is specifically a research card that has to be from deck. But this one kind of makes up for it because it's a free 5k on top of the Persona Ride. But then this one is like, again, could have been a crit, but then again it also is calling 2 Ramimi's, but she could have given herself a crit or given herself 5k as well. Either way though, the deck is not a bad grade 3 and I actually can't wait to try it out. And that is actually it for the reveals today. I'm sorry I'm rushing this one. I've just kind of slept in, but hey, you know what's on the bright side? Next Tuesday is Ezel, so let's go. So I'll see you all then. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, join us on Twitch, and I'll see you all next one. Don't stand up your Vanguards.